My name is Jeremy, and this is a bonus series of the Good Beer Matters podcast from the 2022 Craft Brewers Conference. Every year, the Brewers Association puts together the Craft Brewers Conference, or CBC, as a means for industry professionals to continue their education, network with peers, and improve quality and performance. I attended this year's CBC as a member of the media, and because there are plenty of beer pros that didn't make it, I want to share a few of the many exhibitors that I think you ought to know about. Some of these companies I'm already familiar with, and I personally know they're doing great things. But some I recently discovered and thought were cool enough to share with you. Either way, I hope you enjoy this highlight of CBC 2022. Oh, and by the way, I have not been compensated by any company to produce this series. I simply want to help good things get out into the world. Why? Because good beer matters, of course. Thank you for listening. Cheers.
Here we are at the Craft Brewers Conference in 2022 in Minneapolis, and I'm standing in the Hillebrand. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Hillebrand.
Hillebrand. First of all, easy questions. Who are you? What do you do?
Great. Well, it's a loaded question, actually. We have so many services.
That's why I'm here.
That we offer. Yes. So we're Hillebrand.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Andrea. My name's Andrea Bullard, and I've been with Hillebrand for about 4 years now.
Right on.
I am a business development manager. I oversee basically east of the Mississippi and Australia and Europe. So
that sounds rough.
Lots of territory. Yes.
That's rough, especially lately. But so you make it out there somewhat often-ish?
On the road, I'm on the road about 50% of the time.
Gotcha.
Seeing customers, potential customers. You're always creeping in the back door of a brewery.
Yep.
See if you can catch somebody.
Yep.
But it's a fun job. You're always greeted with a beer, and then usually there's a dog you can pet. So you can't
I
go
know.
wrong.
And talking offline, what you and I both used to do sounds way better.
Yes.
Right? So tell us about Hillebrand. What are all the things that Hillebrand does?
Yeah, so Hillebrand has been around actually for 175 plus years. We specialize...
Hillebrand looks amazing for its age, by the way.
Sunscreen.
Sunscreen.
Always. So we specialize in the beverage industry. That's all we do. No widgets and gizzets. It's just beer, wine, and spirits.
Okay.
And so we have a lease-to-own keg program. We have a tracking software. We do product disposal. We do reverse logistics. We import. We export. We do supply chain management. And we also have warehouses where we can store finished goods.
Wow. So is this for like bigger brewers, small brewers, everything in between?
Everything. We work with some of the largest brewers in the world, and we also work with some of the small guys that might be just brewing on a one barrel system.
And so you're able to adjust your services and customer service to their bigger and smaller needs.
They're all treated the same. We do work, again, with some of the huge players and then the small guys, and everyone gets the white glove treatment.
Nice. The white glove and the purple pillow, and here you are, sir. That sounds amazing.
And delicious beer.
And delicious beer. And so tell me more about the history. 175 years, you said?
Yes. So started in Germany, just delivering beer, and then just kind of evolved and grew into the wine world, the spirits world. We also do bulk liquid shipping. So a lot of the wine will come over in flexi tanks. It's cheaper. It's easier to bottle it once it's done that way, as opposed to putting a container on a ship with bottles. So it'll be a big box of wine, basically a container of wine.
Yeah.
Like a bladder.
Yeah. And when you call it the angel's share, there might be like the sailor's share as well. If it's coming over a ship, then hey, there's a lot less than there was when we put on here.
Right. Ships.
Yeah. So as far as, so we've already talked about who Hillebrand is for, who it serves. I think another question is, when we're talking about the end consumer, the customers, the people who are drinking this wonderful liquid, and since we're in the Craft Brewers Conference, I'm just going to say beer. Yeah. How do you define a good customer experience, and how does Hillebrand aid that?
So that's a great question. A good customer experience, in my opinion, is simple. Friendly people, good beer, clean draft lines, right?
Yeah. Don't get me started.
Well, no. So what we do is we are making sure that our brewers have kegs, because if they don't have kegs, then they can't get the beer out into the market.
Yeah.
So one of our big services is that we go around to almost every single one of the 1,600 plus distributors in the country and pick up empty kegs for breweries.
Okay.
So then they're getting their kegs back faster. They're being able to brew that beer, get it back out in the market, have it be super fresh, and we can go out and enjoy it.
And so how does that translate to if I'm someone just showing up to a brewery that Hillebrand is servicing? How do I notice something better? I mean, what's in it for me, the consumer?
Good beer, fresh beer. You know, when you're able to empty a keg faster and get it back to your brewery to fill it, you're creating a turn cycle that's quick, which is keeping your product fresh. And so you're just having a good, fresh beer, as opposed to, let's say we're in Minnesota right now. If I'm sending a keg to Alaska, and that beer doesn't get emptied quickly, you're not.
Well, when I remember a couple years ago working for a brewery, there was a shortage of six barrels. The sixtels we couldn't find them, we couldn't order more, and we weren't getting them back. And so there were accounts who only had space for a sixtel, especially if something specialty, and we just couldn't get it to them. Mm-hmm. And there was we talked to the distributor. The distributor was just kind of like hands in the air, didn't have a solution for that either. And so it's you find these really weird, strange, random problems. It sounds like you guys are trying to find solutions for these.
Yep, that is
weird,
exactly
strange.
what we do. So once the distributor has a pile of kegs, and again, it could be your brewery, my brewery, someone else's brewery, we go in and pick them all up, co-load them. So you're not waiting for a whole pallet of your kegs to come back.
Yeah, gotcha.
So you're saving on freight and you're getting your kegs back faster, which is ideal. So you don't run into that problem where you don't have any logs.
Yeah. And forgive me, my alarm was going off in my pocket, and so I need to turn that off. I wasn't trying to see if there's a better call to take right now.
We're done with this.
No, it's just my bum was vibrating, and I didn't want it to.
Sounds like a personal problem.
It's very personal. Now it's on air. Anyway, what would you like to say to anyone that you work with, or anyone that kind of needs something that you do?
Nothing. No, I'm kidding. Yeah,
just have a good beer.
Yeah, reach out. There's something for everybody. We've got big solutions. We've got small solutions. If it has anything to do with the beverage industry, Hillebrand is where you need to go.
Right on. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Jeremy.
Cheers.
Cheers.